Teresa, and I am on my book reading journey. So today I'm going to actually show you the books that I have been reading since I started my journey, and the books that are on my physical TBR that I want to get to. And we're going to talk about it because I'm ready to get back into reading. I've already started. I've read quite a few books this month, and I'm ready to be in my reading era. So just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, my name is Teresa, and I grew up in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And when I was younger, I want to say before the age of like 14, I didn't really have like access to internet. I didn't have like a computer for the longest, and like I didn't have like a upgraded phone. So the only thing that was there for me to do growing up was read. So I became like a reader. I used to read a ton of Nancy Drew books, a ton of romance books. Like this was around the time when Twilight was popular, so I was into reading Twilight. I was into reading like a lot of romance as well. And I read so many books that I came to a point where I just could not stand reading books anymore. I thought they were all predictable, and I just stopped reading. I think it's been over 10 years now since I've read a book, I think. Yeah, so a while back I decided that I want to get back into reading, and I started purchasing books. My birthday is next month, August 18th, so I said I wanted to start a mini bookshelf for my birthday and get back into reading books, and that's what I've been doing. So I have two piles here. I have a pile of books that I've read and are started to read, and then I have a pile of books that I want to get to reading soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what that I've read, and then the ones that are on my physical TBR, and then we can go from there. So starting off with the pile that I have read or am reading, we have this right here. And I'm going to start off just in the order that it is on top. So right now I'm currently reading Fable. That's what it looks like. I think it's by Adrienne Young. And I think I'm like 50 pages in. It's just getting started. Like, I'm just getting the background. I like it so far. It's an easy read. And I wanted to start reading it now because I want to try to see if I can figure out whether or not I want to buy the set. Like, I really want to buy the set. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty the cover is. I really want to buy the set, but for this journey, I plan on not buying the set until I've read the first book and know I'm going to read the set. So I feel like I'm going to buy the set, but I want to read a little bit more before I decide. So that's why I only have the first book. And I started reading Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and this is by Talia Hibbert. And as much as I wanted to love this book, I actually do not like it at all. I think I got to page 116. I could not get into the writing. It turns out I actually don't like reading romance novels that are in third person. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to trade this because I got this at half price books, but I lost my receipts. I'm going to see if they'll take it like as a trade and I get a new book, or I'll just sell it to them and then I'll just buy a book and pay the difference. So I did not like this. So that's I did not finish that. Then the next book is The Housemaid. I absolutely love this book. I finished it in a day, and I do plan on getting the second one. I've heard like really bad things about the third one, but I feel like if I read 1 and 2, I just gotta read 3. So I'm considering getting 3. But I'm definitely gonna get the second one sometime soon. Then another book that I absolutely loved is Verity. I also finished reading Verity in a day. I absolutely love this book, and this is the book that made me like know that I really love thrillers. And I think one of the reasons that I really love thrillers is because they're not predictable. Like, you just never know what's gonna happen, and I like that. I like being on my toes and not knowing what is gonna happen. And I think I get that with this book. So yeah, this was really good as well. And I also read The Barbarian's Prize. So I really enjoyed this. One of the reasons I picked this up was because the cover had someone that looked like me, and I was intrigued. And I actually really love this book, and I bought another book in the series. So I'm not going to read the whole series, but there was a character in this book that she has her own book, but I really liked her in this book. So I went ahead and bought her book because I want to see her have like a happy ending. So I bought that one. It's on my physical TBR. Then I have The Silent Patient. This is one of the first books ever that got me back into reading. I did really love it. I love the twist in it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I give it a 4 stars. Nothing really, you know, It's not 5 stars for me. I don't think I've given a book 5 stars yet, but it was really good in my opinion. Definitely recommend. And also the next book that I got is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved the Demon. So this is another book that I really wanted to love, because I don't know, I really like, look at the covers, you know, the diverse representation. I really wanted to love this book, and I finished it really quickly, but I did not love this book, and I really wanted to love it. I really wanted to get the whole series. This is like book 1, but it just felt like the writing just felt very like childish, like I could write it. There was no depth. It was just too fast paced. I did not like this at all. It's like a quick, easy book. Maybe if I was 14, 15, I would have liked it, but I did not like it. Like, I need some more depth. So yeah, next book is The Naturals. So I actually really like this book. I am obsessed with the Criminal Minds series. Like, I love Criminal Minds. I've watched the whole thing, like, I think at least 3 times, and sometime in the near future I'm gonna rewatch it. I absolutely love Criminal Minds, and I love this book. I love seeing like the behind the scenes workings of profiling, and I really enjoy this book. The twist in this book, I did not expect it at all, so that got me. So I am gonna buy the series. I think it's 3 other books. I'm gonna get the series sometime. It's just, books are expensive, but I really did enjoy this, so that is a yay for me. And next we have 5 Survive. So this is actually the book that got me back into reading. So this is the book that I started off reading with, and I won't say that, okay, this is the book that got me back into reading because it's so spectacular. This is just the first book that I read when I decided that I wanted to start back reading, and I'm gonna be honest, I liked it, but this was in 3rd person perspective, and when I was reading the book, like, I could not understand why I just was not able to immerse myself in the book as much as I wanted to. And now looking back, that is why it's in 3rd person perspective. It was good. It made me want to continue reading. It didn't make me hate reading, but definitely did not love it. I've since read better books, but that's this one. And this one, I actually read this a few months back, but I thought it'd be honorable mention. It's called The Wives. I don't know that I've ever heard anyone talk about this. It was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about that. It was okay. It's just a quick read. Would I recommend it? I don't know. I don't know that I would. I mean, I don't know. It was okay. I just thought I'd show you guys. That's all I'm gonna say. It was okay. So these are all the books that I've read so far on my journey to get back into my reading era, I guess. And I'm going to show you the books that I have on my physical TBR. I do have more books, of course, on my like online that I want to read. But these are the books that I have right here in front of me that I need to get to soon. So hopefully by my birthday. I don't know. We'll see. So the first book that I have here, it is Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I am really interested, and I really want to read this book. The only reason why I haven't read this book yet is because I read Verity, I think last week, and I needed a break from like thrillers, so I decided let me not, you know, read this yet, because I feel like it's I don't know, the description on the back like reminds me of Verity. So, you know, in the house listening to tapes, Verity was in the house, you know, reading through novels. I don't know, so I just wanted a break from thriller. That's the only reason why I haven't read this, but I'm definitely interested in reading this, and hopefully really soon. So yeah. Next on the list, we have another book by Talia Hibbert. It's called Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I just think that this is a really cute like palette cleanser and a cute book. I've heard like really good things about it, and I'm excited to read it. I think it's gonna be funny and cute and just lighthearted. So I really want to read this, and yeah, that's on my list. So this is the book that I was telling you guys I bought. It's called Barbarian's Mate. And this is the girl, her name is Josie. So she was in the first book that I read, the Barbarian series book that I read, and I really like her character. She's just bubbly, and she just wants to be happy, and she just wants a family. So I'm excited to see how that plays out for her, and I can't wait to read this sometime soon. Then the next book I have is called A Diary of Blood, and this, I believe, it's a Dracula telling, I guess. I think she's Dracula's wife or one of his wife. I don't know, but I really think this is really interesting. I've never seen a book like this, and it's not like a happy ending, which, you know, it's not predictable. So I'm definitely interested to see how it plays out. So I really can't wait to read this. I just have to get to it. Next, we have a book by Riley Sager. It is called Lock Every Door. This is what it looks like, and apparently this is like a haunted hotel vibes, I think. I've heard some people compare it to Rosemary's Baby. So I don't know. I thought, like, for me, when I read the like synopsis, it sounded very interesting to me. So I decided, why not go ahead and get it and see how I like it. So I'm excited to read this, and while I'm on this journey, I've decided I want to read books that I'm interested in and not books that, you know, BookTok or TikTok raves about necessarily. And if they are raving about it, that's fine, but I want it to be a book that they're raving about it, but I also am interested in reading, because I know books and stories that I don't like reading. Like, I know there's tropes that I don't want to read, so I don't want to purchase books that I know I'm not gonna like just because it's popular on BookTok. Because just because somebody liked that book doesn't mean I'm gonna like that book, and it could be a great book, but I just might not like it. So a lot of these books are books that I would want to read and are books that have really good reviews at the same time. Okay, so next up we also have another book by Frida McFadden, and this one is called The Inmate. I'm really excited to read this. I thought it was like a different setting, being in prison and it being a thriller. So I'm really excited to see what this is about. Can't wait to get to it. It's just somewhere on the list. I don't even know which order I'm going to read these books in, but it's on the list, so we will get to it soon. So next on the list is Caraval. Now this one is fantasy. So I think this is gonna be the second fantasy that I've read. I believe Fable's gonna be the first. I don't know how I feel about fantasy. I'm trying to get into it and I'm trying to like fantasy. So my thing with fantasy is it's great. I just don't want it to be predictable, and I think that's what Caraval is for me. I don't think it's gonna be predictable at all. I think it's definitely gonna give me what I'm looking for, hopefully. I really hope it does, because then I can buy the sets. Like, I really want to buy the sets, but I'm not gonna buy the set unless I know I like the book. So hopefully it's really good. Next book that I have to read is called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And I was so on the fence about this one because you guys know it's in the third person perspective. And this is a really good book from what I've heard. It's a book that I would like. It's a murder mystery. My only thing is it is in a third person perspective. However, I did go ahead and purchase it because, again, it's a book that I'm interested in reading, and also because I was able to read and enjoy Five Survive. I didn't love it, but I did enjoy it and I was able to finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this book a try because I've heard such good things about it. So hopefully I enjoy this. I really want to enjoy it because I want to get the set as well. And again, not getting the set unless I enjoy the first book. So yeah. Next book that we have is called Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. And you guys, look at how this book looks. So this is actually a third book in a series of the Daughter of the Pirate King. And I'm actually not reading that book. It didn't like intrigue me, the synopsis. I'm not interested in that book, honestly, but I read the synopsis of this and I am very interested in this. And also I like the fact that the character is, you know, African American representation. I like reading books where I could actively picture myself as being that person, and so I'm really excited to read this. And you know, she's an assassin, a badass, so I'm super excited to read this book. And I don't know if you guys could see, but look at the spine. I don't know what it's called. I think it's spray painted. Y'all don't mind me if I said the wrong thing, but there you go. So I am absolutely excited to read this someday soon, hopefully. Alright y'all, so we have two more to go on my physical TBR. So this one is called The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And I am really excited to read this one. I hope that I will love this one, you guys. I've seen it all over TikTok. I've heard really good things about it. I read the synopsis and I think I'm gonna like it. I believe it has like vampires in there and romance and like trials and the whole works. I really hope I like it because I want to get the book, the matching book for it, like book 2. So I really hope I like it. So again, I'm gonna get to it soon, and I'm trying to get more into fantasy, so I'm gonna get to it soon. And speaking of fantasy, I do want to get like Throne of Glass, but I need to get the Assassin's Blade first. I've seen like a lot of people talk about like Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, I think. If I'm being honest, I'm not interested in reading ACOTAR at all. So I don't think I'll ever read it, but I am interested in reading Throne of Glass. So I'm using these like fantasy books that I have here as like an entry level to work my way up to Throne of Glass, because the collection is so huge. So I hope I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. I like the story, and I've read like a little sneak peek of the books, so hopefully I can work my way up to reading Throne of Glass sometime soon. Okay guys, and the last book that we have here is by Riley Sager. I don't know if this is his most recent book. It's called The Only One Left. Again, I think this one is really interesting. It's giving me Verity vibes a little bit, or yeah, I think that's what it's giving me, but I'm definitely intrigued. I want to see how the story plays out, so I went ahead and got it, and it was on sale, I believe, for like Prime Day, and I got it in hardcover. I think I paid like $12 for it, so I had to get it. Also, unpopular opinion, but I absolutely love hardcover books. I don't know why people hate them. I cannot stand paperbacks, only because like I like to keep my books like in pristine condition, and this might be a me problem, but paperbacks just always get messed up a little bit, and I can't stand it. So I love hardcovers. I definitely have love for paperbacks, of course, because they're obviously so much cheaper, and if they weren't so easily damaged, I would absolutely love them a lot more. But I just want to put that out there that I don't hate like hardcovers. I think they make your bookshelves look amazing, and I absolutely love them. So yeah, these are all the books that I have. I think I have like 11 books on my TBR, physical TBR, and of course it's gonna grow because a lot of these books are like part ones to series. So if I like this, I'm gonna get the second one. Same thing for Good Girl's Guide to Murder. There's 2 more books in the series, so if I like it, I'm gonna get the other 2. Same thing for Caraval. Same thing for the Natural series. I am gonna get the other 3. And same thing for Fable. I do want to get the other 3 in the series as well. I think I'm going to keep reading Fable a little bit more to make sure. But yeah, you guys, that is everything that I have while I am starting my reading journey. So I really am so new to like BookTok and BookTube. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I will try to be consistent on this channel and like let you guys know like how it's going for me on this journey. So yeah, if you guys want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and comment something nice down below. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.